Okay, good morning. Well, I did my first block of push-ups while I walk. I'm out here early in the morning, walking. My daughter swims, so I thought I'd try to work on, because I'm getting like 20% body fat. As I start getting low, I know that I want to try to keep the muscle and not burn that. So I'm doing 3 sets of push-ups to failure. And I know, like in weights, it's been proven that you don't really want to push your muscles to failure when you're lifting, because then that can add to injury when you're older like me. Hi, I'm Dave. I'm a little out of breath, but I like to take you along these walks with me as I'm on my journey from leaving a life of a mad pity partier to this one, getting a little bit in shape and dealing with my disabilities and becoming healthier. So I did 3 sets of push-ups, and they basically were till failure. The first set I did 21. I was like, wow. And these are normal push-ups, not the girly push-ups that I'm used to. So that was a big surprise. The next set I did 11. Then I waited 2 minutes between the sets. And then my last set I was able to push out 8. I couldn't get back up. I was done. So I feel really good about that. Can't talk. Everybody's like, yay, Dave can't talk. But what good would this video be if you just listening to me huff and puff? We're not talking about, different types of construction methods. Huff and puff, get it? Anyway, so here I am out on my walk, and I feel okay today. I've been feeling stressed. I've been in more pain, but today, for some reason, is a good day. So I'll take it. My pain levels are down to about a 4, so that's not bad. I think that's pretty good for me. Still, my walking's a little stiff now because I haven't warmed up. You might notice that I'm limping a little bit more, but I'll take it. I'll take this as a good day. My shoulders are really sore from doing those push-ups, but that's all right. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me a comment. I like them. You guys have been really good about those, leaving comments and stuff and motivating me. The other thing I just wanted to chat about today, it'll be a short video, within my concept of shortness, right? But the other thing I wanted to talk about is how, these things that we're doing, that us guys in our above 40 or in our 50s and 60s, that I'm noticing on YouTube, is that we're let me make a quick comparison so that you can see where I'm coming from. When Facebook came out, that was for all the young bucks. I was a young buck back then, and everybody's like, ooh, Facebook. And then Instagram and stuff. But then Facebook was all about the older folks. They got used to social media and they migrated all to Facebook, and then Facebook was all about, let's put up these dumb memes and stir up controversy and get people mad at each other, right? And that's my concept of Facebook. I hardly go on anymore. I don't deal with it, because every time I do, I see one of my old army buddies or somebody else putting up these really dumb memes just because they're not happy with this XYZ situation, or they're not happy with their lives. So I don't really bother with that. Now Instagram, those are for the superficial. They have a lot of fitness people on there, but health-wise, that's good. And they also have a lot of, it's more of an aesthetic image thing. A lot of fashion is on there. So I could see myself using Instagram because I want to be a Viking fashion influencer. All right, stop laughing. No, stop laughing. I can be a Viking influencer. What do you mean? This body, look at this body. I'm getting in shape. Huh? All I need is some help. I got my daughter and my wife to help me with the fashion part. All right. Anyway, back to YouTube. And then YouTube, used to be just vlogging when it started. And then you had the high edits, the jump cuts and the split cuts and the super fast editing for the Gen-Zs, and all the sound effects and everything. And that, I thought that was cool, but I don't have the skill set, and I wasn't sure that I ever wanted to develop the skill set to do that. So now 2024, you started seeing it, and you're really seeing it now in 2025, is that people over 40, or you have business entrepreneurs and business owners that are using YouTube to make videos about their businesses, and they're getting a lot of customers from that. And they do that a little bit on Instagram as well, and Facebook, but more so on YouTube. But you have folks like us that are in our 50s, 60s, and even in 70s that are using YouTube now to vlog, document their journey and things that they're doing, their life changes, they're slow traveling the world, they're getting back in shape. There's like, I forgot his name, over at Rip Seniors. And then there's Dave, the walking guy. There's John, who's documenting his weight loss journey. Now there's Mitch Etners, or Mitt, the exercise guy over in Tampa. He's in his late 40s, I think, or early 50s. So you see more and more. And Chad, I think he's in his mid 40s. Kevin Cross, the artist, he's in his 50s. So, and he's using it for his art. And all these other guys, is changing again. And YouTube is actually, it's not like a place, you have your trolls and things like that, but it's not your place like Facebook with all, is just pushing the algorithm, it's pushing all this negative stuff in front of you. It can do that, but I'm not seeing it because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the fitness, I'm looking for business and motivation and things like that. So, but I'm seeing all these older guys and older ladies that are like me, that are using it as a platform. So I think that's really good because it's giving us a voice. And I'm also seeing where seniors are sharing their knowledge about life, something that has been kind of lost over the past couple of decades. It used to be that we would go see grandma and grandpa, and they would bestow all kinds of wisdom about life with us while they're teaching us and sneaking us some candy. So I think through YouTube, us as seniors are able to convey this wisdom, a lot of wisdom that's been getting lost. Like, I see another movement with the carnivore and eating meat and stuff, where I had another gentleman say, and the same thing happened to me, is that their doctor said, oh no, you can't go to an all meat diet and of steak and eggs and fat butter, because that'll raise up your LDLs, your cholesterol levels, and that's number one cause of heart conditions and things like that. My doctor told me the same thing. It's going to raise your blood pressure. Well, my blood pressure went down. I don't take my blood medicines anymore. I stopped taking my statins because I found I did my research and I found out that it looks like the LDLs are not what causes heart things. I have one doctor on YouTube say that, looking at LDLs, saturated fats, looking at that causes heart events, and they call it events, is like saying every time you go by a fire and you see a fire engine there, you then say, well, fire engines cause fires. Well, that's not the case. So what they've been finding, and more evidence is coming out, and I keep seeing the actual reports that people are linking to in their descriptions from the Institute of International Cardiology and things like that, that it's the little particles that are from, like, I think it's unsaturated fats, seed oils, and things like that, that are leaking through the walls of the blood vessels and causing that plaque, that mucus, soft plaque, which is like a mucus snotty type stuff, to form in the blood cells. And when that thin membrane on the inside of the wall breaks and that mucus flows in, that's what causes a clot, and it can cause either a stroke if it goes to the brain, or it can cause a heart attack if it goes to the heart. So that's something that you have to be aware of. I've got plaque in my arteries, so I'm worried about that. And it takes about 2 years for these seed oils that to get out of your system. I think that's actually wrong. It takes 2 years, 600 days or something is the half-life of that in your body. So it can take up to, I think, 4 years to get out of your body. Don't quote me on that. And again, I'm not a doctor and stuff. I'm just a guy on the internet telling you the research that I did. So like I said, my doctor said the same thing. His doctor said, too much salt will hurt your kidneys. That's been disproven. It turns out that most doctors, because of their schedules and everything that they have to deal with insurance and just life in general, they're not keeping up with the studies. So most of the time, they're about anywhere from 10 to 20 years behind from what's actually going on. So take what they say with a grain of salt. Do more research. Look at the actual studies. Is it correlation? Is it direct relation? And are the studies just from questionnaires that they asked the people? Or did they use a double-blind study where they had a placebo and they looked at the effects and things like that? So do your research. But back to YouTube and how it's changing and how we're doing good. I just wanted to talk about that, and thanks for letting me rant and rave. The other thing I wanted to mention was, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. If you can leave a comment, that'd be awesome. And yeah, well, so much for a short video, right? Me blabbering. You guys have a blessed day. Bye.